Well, that was a long joke, wasn't it? So there's this farmer, a John Deere tractor, and an old jalopy that he drives into town on the weekends. The joke you just heard was Hobbin and Nobbin, and I want to break it down a little bit for you because some people didn't really understand, they didn't really get it, and so I'm gonna go through the joke, but first, let's have a quick recap. Horse races, big cash prizes. Well, this farmer's never raced horses before, but he figures he's got a couple strong horses, so he heads out to the stables and he checks them out. Hobbin smokes these other horses, completely blows them out of the water. The farmer's amazed, the crowd is amazed. I guess all those years of good, honest farm work have made Hobbin a strong racing horse. He paves over the wheat fields and the corn fields and the hay fields, and he builds apartment complexes and shopping centers and parking garages. He thinks to himself, Hobbin's getting a little old. I need to keep this income stream going. So the farmer goes over and he looks at Nobbin, and Nobbin, he's so many hands high, he's got good teeth, he's got good hooves. He's where better to go on a farm to introduce yourself than the horsey bar. So he goes to the horsey bar, he goes through the doors, they're old western saloon style doors, and Hobbin's got his horsey women next to him, he's got his horsey beer, he's relaxed, calm, cool looking, and you don't know Nobbin yet, but he's kind of a poor sport. Crowds fill the stand. There's a little dog up on the hill. The official with the starting gun. Hobbin and Nobbin, Hobbin and Nobbin, Hobbin and Nobbin, neck and neck. Hobbin and Nobbin, Hobbin and Nobbin, Hobbin and... Hobbin pulls out for the win. The crowd, they go wild. Ah! So he goes to the horsey gym to bulk up a little bit. He gets himself some horsey dumbbells out of the horsey rack there, and he starts doing some horsey curls. And they're talking to one another, and the pig says, "Oh, look, it's that horse Nobbin. He lost at the race, didn't he? Yeah, he's a terrible, terrible racehorse. Look, old man, I know what I did wrong and I fixed it. I want to race you again." The next day, crowds fill the stand, little dog up on the hill. The official with the starting gun, Hobbin and Nobbin, neck and neck. Hobbin and Nobbin, Hobbin and Nobbin. Hobbin pulls out for the win again. The crowd, kind of lackluster this time. Didn't we just see the same race yesterday? This is a repeat. Don't worry, there's a goose on the other side that catches the baby. How kind. Sleeps and he dreams. Oh, what a wonderful dream he has. He dreams of victory. He dreams of roses being hung around his neck. And what does he see out the window? There's a parade going on. It's being held in Hobbin's honor. He can't. They're in casts, and Nobbin, he says, "Pig and chicken, don't you do it." And Pig and chicken, they say, "Not gonna do it." And Hobbin, you've been the top dog. You've been the lead horse on this farm for a long time. Maybe it is time that you give up your crown, your scepter, your title. Crowds fill the stands, little dog up on the hill, the official with the starting gun, the starting blocks, the starting fences, Hobbin and Nobbin, ready to go. Hobbin and Nobbin, Hobbin and Nobbin, Hobbin and Nobbin. Nobbin pulls out for the win. The crowd can't believe it. Ah! Nobbin says, "Oh yeah, well what are you going to do about it, old man? Beat me in a race?" "I don't think so." And they get into a little bit of a fight, At that time, that dog comes down off the hill, and it goes over to the two arguing horses. Hobbin and Nobbin, they stop and they think, and they look at each other and they go, "A talking dog?" The reason that joke is so funny, it's not a joke for you, it's a joke for me. It's a joke for the person telling the joke. And when you tell that joke in person, you get to see a range of emotions on your audience's face that you don't get to see, obviously, over the internet. But you get to see a range of emotions that everyone loves to hear a joke. Right away, you say, "You want to hear a joke?" "Yeah, I love a joke. A joke's awesome." And then they listen to it, and you're telling it with excitement, so they listen intently, and they're curious, and they get built up, and then they get bored.
and then they get confused. And that dog on the hill, they know it's important. It's just kind of extra information out there, but there's a lot of extra information in this joke. And then finally, you know, the third race, and Nobbin wins, and that's different. And the dog comes down from the hill. That's never happened before. And so that excitement starts to build, and you can see it in their eyes, and you can see them getting ready for here it comes, the big finale, the big push. And a talking dog, and then you can see it all. Confusion, disorientation, complete existential questioning of one's self and place in the world. And it's marvelous. It's marvelous to watch. So if you can learn the joke and tell it, do that. That's amazing. If you can't, second best thing to do is pull up that video, the one that I just recorded, and make them watch it. And sit there and watch them watch the video. And you will enjoy it so much more. The joke is better a second time around, for sure. And I'm not just saying that. It really is. Because you're listening for different reasons. So, go have someone else listen to the joke. I've got a couple different favorite tellings of that joke. One of the first times I heard it was after the first time I heard it, so I knew what to listen for. It was my friend Van in high school. He was telling the joke to an audience of about 20 or 30 of our classmates. And he told the joke. They all sat around, hit the punchline. They were so mad at him. It was so funny to watch them. Me, my buddy Rich, we were probably the only people laughing at the joke at that point. I've since hijacked it and I've used it a lot. I told it at a bar once. It was a karaoke night. And one of my wife's friends, she paid me $20 to ask the MC if I could tell a joke to the crowd. And she wanted me to tell this joke. She'd heard it before. So I went to the MC. I said, hey, can I tell the joke? My wife's friend, she, batted her eyes. And he said, yeah. And so I told the joke to the bar. Complete silence after the joke. I went and I sat back down. No one in the bar said a word. No music was playing. Very eerie. I was having a good time. My wife's friend, she was cracking up, dying of laughter. I stood up and I said, you guys, you just don't get it. It's a talking dog. Dogs don't normally talk. That's why it's funny. And this woman, who was very intoxicated, it appeared, she's like, yeah, but horses don't talk either. Like, she was really mad, very indignant about it. It was amazing. There may have been a couple unanswered questions in the joke. What happened to the farmer's wife? The pig and the chicken, did they ever fully recover from that very traumatic experience? The bartender was assaulted several times. His bar burned to the ground. Whatever happened to that? Did he get any money from that? The farmer's wife, we don't know what happened to her. He left her. He left her for that model. And those kids, whatever became of them? They went to boarding school. Sure, they were probably cared for, but not by their father. So what happened to them? What about that baby that was caught by the goose? Was it ever returned to its parents? What happened to Nobbin after the race? What happened to Hobbin after the race? What about the farmhands that worked on the farm before all of it was plowed over to make room for all those commercial properties that the farmer had? What happened to them? Did they find work elsewhere? I'd have to assume they did. Unfortunately, I don't know the entire lore of Hobbin and Nobbin, and I want some help with that. So if you would be so kind, if you have suggestions to answers of any of these questions or any additional questions and answers to kind of create the mythos, create the history of this joke, of these people, of this place, leave that information in the comment section below, and we'll address it in a further episode. This is not the last time you've heard me tell Hobbin and Nobbin. I will tell it again. Obviously, my recording equipment, I'm using my phone, and I'm using YouTube Video Creator, so it's not of the best quality. So I'm going to be doing it again. I'm going to be doing HD remixes of the joke at a later time. I plan on telling it as a dual telling with my friend Van, the guy that told me the joke. So that'll be fun. And we're going to have more analysis, more Q&A. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into this joke. I'm also going to do an extended version of the joke. You did hear the short version. I'd really appreciate it if you liked this video, you subscribed to the channel, shared it with your friends, and left a comment down below. We are, at present date, 6/29/15 at 5 subscribers total. I know one of them is my good buddy Richard. Rich, thanks for subscribing, my friend. For all the rest of you, I don't know who you are. It won't show me in the little window thing. So if you could leave a comment below so I could talk to you, introduce yourself, tell me what you're all about and what you'd like to see. That's all I've got. Till next time, Hobbin and Nobbin, neck and neck. Chickens, ducks. He's got a barnyard, a barn. Screwed down. Fills out the registration form and all the paperwork. Hobbin and all the other. Good to go. Gets him a jockey and everything. There's the official with the starting gun. All the horses in the gates, the fences. Jeez, that was. Pulls him over and builds shopping centers, apartment complexes, and parking garages. He gets rid of his dusty farm wife. It was a sad, why add it? Why add it? He makes a bunch of money. As the years goes on, he gets a lot of, with 2 horsey women, his horsey beer, looking content, happy as a pig. There's this farmer, and he's got all the normal things that you might expect a farmer to have. He's got a farmhouse? Sheesh.